You're live. Hello.
Hello, friends.
Hi there. Okay, so
I'm tweeting.
Brandon's tweeting.
This
is going to be like even more rigorous than the ones we've done in the past. I'm going to even time myself for this intro. So, hi, what's up? How's it going? We have a lot to do today. We have 11 submissions. Giving each person about 5 minutes. That's just shy of 60 minutes. So if you're here with us for the long haul, yes, cue me saying we've got a good one for you today. That's because I love all of you and your submissions and your artwork and your souls very much. Austin, don't derail me, please. Yeah, so we have a lot. I wanted to introduce this, though, by saying we appreciate all of the submissions so far. We appreciate how you've responded to the fact that this is public for the month. This is so exciting. Like, we've been getting steadily more and more submissions each week, each month over the last year, but like this is the most we've seen, and that's really exciting. So it's going to be a lot. That's fine. I suspect that this one will be a lot, and the one mid-August, 15th, 2 weeks from now, will also be a lot. Also, keep in mind a few things. One, some of the things I'm going to be saying are new to you if you aren't on the Discord. If you're not, consider joining the Discord, because we don't only have conversations and do critiques there, but we also post news about where we're going to be on YouTube or Patreon or whatever. So keep that in mind, because what I'm going to say is we're also considering doing... today's the 1st of August, and there are 5 Saturdays this month, and we are gluttons for pain. So we decided that we want to do maybe an off-week thing. So that'd be the 29th of August. Join the Discord and help us decide what that off-week live stream might be. And at that, I spoke for 2 minutes. Let's get into it. You have anything you want to say before we start?
No.
Good. Sweet. So we start today with Mihai. This is a photo that Mihai took.
Sweet. Yes. So, it's just the one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So, a lot of this I'm coming in fresh with.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it I've seen before. This is one that I have seen before. First off, I just want to talk about color grading in general. You have some contrastiness, and it's nice. I also like how you faded out the shadows, which is a very me choice. And you also went with a very bloomy kind of approach to all of the harsher lighting, which is also a thing that I really like to see. So on those two fronts, absolutely. This is just like I don't know, it's kind of like a strange thing that I'm going through right now, but I think the tone of blue is what's bothering me. Seeing blue and red together, it really comes down to the tone of each respective color, and something about this just the blue is a little too harsh for me. Well, I'm not sure why.
There's some blue. I don't know if you can see detailed streaming, but we're seeing here that it's greenish. There's a little blue and green, and I feel like the interactions between them almost, in my head, it sets off that RGB feel.
Yeah, very gamer.
Yeah, very gamer.
But that isn't me saying that.
There's actually an Alienware computer in each of those little stalls.
Exactly.
So you can play a game that people play. I don't know a game.
One thing I would say, just because you're definitely going for a look with this photo. Maybe play with some type of overlays, some grains, some flares, some, whatever. I think when it comes to photos like this, especially in this general region where there's a lot of repetitive space, something like a little reddish orangey light hit flare, something might really push this photo that much forward. I really like this photo. I think besides that, what's interesting is like there's this little flare right here. I think that's a little lens hit.
Mm-hmm.
But basically somewhere in that general region, something bloomy, something florally.
I agree with that. Even like a lens distortion kind of thing, like some sort of overlay like that.
Yeah. Maybe that even complements the blue again. That way you have a callback.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. That's a really interesting thing to think about. So I've gotten back into, very large part thanks to this community, I've gotten back into like drawing with color.
They're making fun of our saying it's gamer.
It's fine. I noticed that. I was ignoring it. It's very,
I get it, guys.
That's very Call of Duty of you. No, very much thanks to this community, I've gotten back into like playing with color and drawing and things. I went to school for visual art, and one thing that is really fun to think about, like if I'm playing with color, is not just putting down colors that I know are going to work together, that are going to harmonize. 'Cause I'm always thinking about that kind of thing. But then, what can I lay on top that's going to kind of add like an extra layer of like filter, as like a photographer would say.
Right.
And I think it's really interesting to think about something like an overlay, like a grain or a distortion or something, not in terms just of the texture, but in terms of color complement. Yeah. And the fact that this is basically a like strictly two-tone image. It has two, besides the fact that the blue has a little green in it. It has a specific red, it has a specific blue, and then pretty much everything else is gone. To add a layer that sort of diffuses that, but then also adds in some sort of a midtone would be really cool. I think that could be really sweet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but this is a fantastic image.
No, I like it a lot. Yeah.
And I was surprised. I was expecting we wouldn't talk about it for 5 minutes because it was one image. Normally we have a few shots we get to go back and forth, but you sent us some good stuff and we were able to talk about it for 5 minutes. So next one. Let's do it. Thanks, Mihai.
Thanks, dude.
This is Neil. Neil just sent.
Play that later, right?
Let's just play now. Let's just go in that order. Neil sent this image or this song from his band People.
Oh, is it download too?
You don't have to.
All right.
It might auto start. Oh, that's cool. He made an addendum. That's awesome. Nice, thank you. Quick side note. Neil's in a band called People. You can go find them on Spotify. They're really good.
They are.
Really, really good.
Really good.
So we're going to listen from 46 to 146.
Wait. 46. Yeah. How do I...
I think when you click it, it'll... Nope. Interesting. Fun. Oh, there you go. There you go. Sweet. Yes, she's coming.
So, I would have kept listening to it if Jake hadn't stopped me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, not to reiterate, but like this isn't really my domain. This is more so his, just technically speaking. But like just from someone who really likes music, really pretty.
Yeah.
Really, really pretty. I love... I don't know who's singing this. I'm not sure if it's you or not, but...
It's not. I don't think it is.
Whoever's voice it is, the, like... It's such a good sound. Like...
We've talked about that before.
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
Yeah, there's like a really nice raspiness to his tonality, and you all choose instruments and textures of your instruments that complement that really well, like really well.
Wow, that was really nice. Okay.
So I listened through the whole thing before.
Oh, I see how it is. Okay, fine.
and it's really very pretty. I sang along with it, which is always a nice thing. I like to do that anyway if it's a good song, but it's so nice when I know the person who's made the song and I feel like, you know, half the world away I can like sing together with the people that I care about, which is super nice. But yeah, it's very beautiful, and it's that guitar with the effects in contrast. Actually, maybe it's your keyboard, but it's got a quick attack, so it kind of sounds like a guitar. Like it with the heavy effects so well complements just the raw guitar strumming and kind of creeping like a rhythmic aspect. Man, it's so sweet. And like I think when I'm doing something like this, there are times, or when somebody asks me for a critique about music or like to edit music or something, I will often think, are there instruments I would add? Are there textures I would add? Are there effects I would add? And like obviously, just like in a photo, the answer is always like, yeah, you could, you know, and it might do something really nice.
Yeah.
But it's so pared back, and it's just so demands that attention, even with only a few elements, and that's powerful stuff. So.
No, again, this is probably, you know, garbage I'm about to say, but like, just like how simple it is really adds to just the whole emotional value for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, really, really pretty. But
I think I'll
be listening to the rest of it later.
Yes. I won't let him. I think my only thing, I don't know if you've tried this, you know, or even if this is something that still wants to be edited, but for the future, right? I should make an amendment to that. I'm going to pause this. I've not done this in the past. But I want to say, for anybody that doesn't know, that, you know, what we're doing here is not a critique in such a way that we want you to actually change something. We critique together. You know, Brandon and I critique each other. Like, all of my art
we
friends
also roast each other.
critique each other. But that doesn't work here. But we critique each other not so that we have to feel that we have to change that immediate thing. It's not even just that it's a suggestion. It's the chance to hear somebody else with a different perspective or from a different background talk about ways that something could be changed or be better or improve. Not improve to be better or more famous, but to be more genuine to who that person thinks you are, right?
Yeah.
This is going to be another tangent, but like...
It's okay. I'm trying to find the link to the stream because I forgot that I never posted that to Twitter.
Oh, it's fine. You just posted we're alive?
Yes!
Good. If you know, you know.
Lose my mind.
But, like, this is something else I'll reiterate, which is, you know, I strongly believe that all art is self-portraiture, right? I'm putting forward who I am even in a more honest way than I could tell you who I am. And so when somebody critiques that in an honest space, what's happening is we're trying to interpret who we think you are and then tell you how you could be more honest to who you are. That's what a critique is. Does that make sense?
That's a very eloquent way of saying that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm pausing to say that is, like, I know that I've even had conversations within the last couple of days from people who haven't been part of this yet, who've said, like, I'm a little nervous to submit for critique, and I just wanted to reiterate live so that you can see my face say this. Is that how you say no?
I mean,
so you can see my gamer face.
That RGB action though.
say that this is like, just like everything else we do, this is a caring space, and that this is a plug for the Discord, but that the Discord's critiques are also that,
It's true.
Okay, back into it. Probably, I think we're actually probably done.
I love how you
this.
told me that you were going to keep me in line
Well,
time-wise.
keeping you in line is a totally different thing.
It's true. Okay.
Yeah, but the last point I would say, Neil, is I know for me, I like unconventional approaches to extra textures. And I think, and also like using a lot of instruments to pretend like they're one. And I kind of was hearing, I think if I was editing that song, I was hearing as you got like halfway into the song, maybe like on the second strum of each measure, throwing like a really soft keyboard hit. Or like an organ, so that it's like really wobbly organ. That would kind of unify that like beautiful echoey guitar and the strumming guitar.
That's a good way of putting it, like echoey. Yeah.
But that's something I would do. That would be a very like me move, Yeah. That's my only thought.
Is it like weird to say that like you can feel the spatial nature of the song?
No, not at all.
Because
that's what yeah.
I
think knowing the spatial nature. I think when you make a song, whether you're recording the song, mixing the song, mastering the song, whatever your part is, I think being aware of the spatial nature of a song is super important.
Yeah.
And then playing in that space, deciding whether or not you want to make that a real space or or an impossible space.
Yeah.
I have one instrument that has a reverb that makes it sound like it's a small room, and another that makes it sound like it's 14 rooms.
Right.
Like things like that.
Yeah.
I've done that quite a bit.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
I'm out of my element if you can't tell.
Anik.
Yeah, so I saw some of your stuff on the Discord.
I think these two maybe. We're friends
I
of
think
these.
there might have been another one.
Yeah.
Possibly.
You have a wide array of stuff.
You really do. So, first up, let's just talk about your hands real quick.
Yeah.
That's incredible, dude.
It's beautiful.
Also, like, great photo, too, of your amazing work.
Yeah.
I also love terrariums so much. That's a terrarium, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my first thought.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually talked about this photo before. I have a thing for not crushing shadows, and but there is room for the silhouette approach, which is something that we were discussing. And I completely agree with that. I think, so something that I didn't realize at first is that there's a little person.
Two little people.
It's two people and two cars.
And a moon. Did you see the moon?
And the moon.
I don't know if y'all can see this.
Which just, like, makes it... Oh, God, it's so good. Just because I'm holding myself back from saying it, maybe just try a slight fade to see what happens.
Took you a minute and a half to get
there. No, this is... So, like, the first thing I thought about when I saw this was, like, this could be on a shot on iPhone billboard. Like, passing on the freeway. Because it's so... I don't know what this was shot on, but, like, it's just so great. And so natural and so real.
The information that's in here, is fantastic.
And there's like a natural bloom to everything too. I don't know if you use like a radial mask to maybe bring brightness to the center, or if that's just...
So my eyes weren't playing a trick on me. It's so dark, and I love that.
It's a little bit of fray.
And that too, but one thing is this line is fucking awesome. It's just like so crisp.
It is.
But the other thing I was going to say was it's like a little brown up here, and then it gets dark. I was almost thinking, like you were talking about a slight fade. I think the fade choice wouldn't be toward desaturated. It would be like a fade toward sepia. That way, like, you have this blue up here, and then this slight warm brown fade, like this whole thing, you could even, if you could make it a layer or something, just the whole thing would just be slate brown.
I'm curious if you introduce a little bit of fade and then you take your shadows and you shift them, as he was saying, like towards a little bit of like a sienna or something.
Yeah. What did I say? Did I say sepia?
Did you say sepia?
I might have said
sepia, same.
Yeah. Sienna, yes.
But like a little bit of that reddish,
Mm-hmm.
like brownish.
Yeah.
That would I echo that.
It does a fun thing
nice.
with your eyes too. Like if you're thinking about like traditional art, as a lot of people call it, you know, like color theory, having a complementary color scheme where your one color is saturated and then your complement is desaturated.
That's the natural sky. What the hell?
Wow,
that's great. And also, like, I don't know what you shot this on, but the fact that you picked up the moon,
yeah,
and it's so subtle. It's so good.
Wait, we have more. We have two more, and we only have 1 minute.
Oh shit, I'm terrible.
It's okay.
So
no, I also
these
got
two photos,
lost.
I'm going to talk about this as a whole.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm going to say, because these are really great photos and you colored them incredibly well, and I forget what you said that you shot these with. I'm sorry. They're beautiful. The only thing I'd say, look at Lens Distortions offers a specific pack called Luminary, and they're like specific what is the word I'm looking for? Lens flares, and little glass hits. This is screaming for that. Something, you know, kind of, I'm gonna use a weird word, euphoric, in like the lens, like, flare. I can't use words today, apparently.
You got 5 seconds.
5 seconds, Jesus. But yeah, no, that's the only thing. Maybe, so in this region specifically, like a little bit up here, that way just like it emphasizes that feeling of glass.
Yeah.
And it's cool and it's crisp.
Oh,
I think
that's
with this is just pretty great. But like paying attention to your light source, where light is reflecting, yeah, those are my thoughts.
You're done. So thank you for submitting those. They are awesome.
They're so pretty.
I hope we get to see more stuff from you.
Yeah.
And I hope that it's any of the variety of stuff that you sent. So
yeah, no, you have a long, very, very diverse, diverse.
This is 2 unedited and 2 edited.
So
they're
Austin,
drone shots.
the man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Wait, what?
They're drone shots.
That's the before. That's the after.
Yes.
Wait, really? Holy shit, dude.
That's really good.
Dude, you did work.
Yeah.
Am I seeing this right?
Wait.
Yeah. So he cropped in.
Okay.
Because, so you guys can't see what I'm doing. But, he cropped in.
Yeah.
To about here.
Yeah.
He got rid of the flare.
Okay.
Which, smart moves. He kept in... Oh, man. Dude, wow. That's so good. Oh, man.
Wow.
Dude, like, not to say that your earlier submissions were something else, but, like, just the progression that you've gotten to this point, specifically with this photo.
Oh, he says they're 2 different images.
They're 2 different images?
That's what he says.
No, that image is unedited.
Oh, he says it's 2 edited, and then 1... 2 edited, 1 unedit, 1 edit. Okay, so this is 1 image, that's another image, and then this is 1 edited and 1 unedited.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, still.
Well, still.
My opinions still remain the same. This is ridiculous.
Exactly.
I don't
My
care
opinion
if you
changes
edit
immensely
this or not.
Liar. Thief.
This is fantastic.
Yes.
No, what I was saying is, like, the progression that you've gotten, like, with drone imagery to this point is remarkable.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
I could see this on National Geographic, like, to be completely honest. Wow, that is really, really gorgeous.
Yes.
Jesus.
So this is edited. Which one is which?
So wait, I'm losing my mind. Give me a second.
That's
unedited.
That's edited. Not just edited.
This is unedited. Oh no, that's edited. That's unedited.
That's such a hard word to say. Can we say a different word? Unedited.
Pre-color, post-color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pre and post. That's fine.
Pre,
Post.
post. So this is an interesting choice you've made.
Yeah.
So you've gone for less contrasty.
Yeah.
More. It almost like it almost has like a foggy or like a misty.
Yeah.
Kind of look to it now, which is interesting. Also, I'm surprised that you got that much information out of the shadows, because those are fairly crushed. I think it might behoove you to actually play with darkening shadows a little bit, which I feel like goes against what I say every time. But just like specifically in the separation of elements, like there's so much going on in this photo, and there's so much depth, and there's so much range.
Range, get it? Get it? Mountain range?
Okay, we're done here. But
actually leave.
I think also playing with masking might help you in terms of like isolating specific mountain formations. Like there's one down here, and then you have sort of this guy here, and then you have, it's kind of hard to see, then you have this in the back, and then finally this is sort of the primary focus. But yeah, I don't know, like maybe play with separation just like a tiny bit more, and also add some more mountains, because Peter McKinnon tells us to do so.
And I know my boy wanted to get rid of these little white dots. I know that your finger was itching to work your magic.
I honestly...
Did he do it?
No. I prefer it much more.
I do too. I'm playing with you because you're Austin. You've proven to be a master of
I think I know
things.
your brain at this point.
Yeah. No, you know what's funny? So you're talking about the darks. I'm looking at this light here. Damn, man, that reflection is so intense. And like, I agree with you. Often, I think a little bit less contrasty is good, but it's even more intense. And like, I love it. It's so beautiful. Man. There's so much ridiculous texture in there.
Yeah, I think you can.
Oh no, 5 minutes.
Oh damn it. Okay. I have more words, but I'll save them for the Discord later.
Yep. We'll carry this conversation into the Discord chat.
Hell yeah. Okay. Dylan. Okay. Who is a new addition to the Discord chat, which I'm very happy about.
Mm-hmm. Dylan is my nephew.
First of all, do you want to start it?
Oh. Thank you. Nice job.
I had no idea that you could take photos in, like, I had no idea that was a thing that people did, like, take photos in video games. Mm-hmm. But, like, Jake pulled this up earlier, and I was like, what the hell? That's an actual photo, right? No, it's not, because I'm not a gamer, and I don't understand things like that. So, first off, I know nothing about cars. But these are all really pretty cars. Specifically this one. This is very much my speed. I don't understand how it looks so real.
So, to me, I feel like it probably is very high quality to begin with, but I think it's like that motion blur.
Yeah. Well, the motion blur, but also just the lighting.
Yeah,
like
lighting,
the way that it
color.
Understands lighting, the way that it understands tree formation,
and like reflectiveness.
On the building, like Jesus,
like different textures having different reflective qualities.
Also, like look at the light transformation on the trees.
Yeah,
that exists. Like that's really impressive, and also like the fact that it chose to overexpose the sky, which is a very realistic thing if you brought a camera into that space, that could happen.
In a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah. Like, and there's also a bloominess.
Yeah.
That's very realistic.
Yeah, they're very beautiful.
Wow, I had no idea that this was a thing. But you understand composition too, which is very smart.
So Dylan says I had to set that all myself. Does that include exposure and sky? If so,
I'm way out of my...
That, I mean, if you're playing God in these images, that's amazing. You're doing a good job. Keep being God, I guess.
What's it like?
Yeah. So I want to say, I think one thing that's really fun is like being able to be a photographer in unreal spaces. Like that's this, I don't know if that's a real space.
That's really pretty.
It's beautiful though. I have a sidebar. I was driving to Chicago from Indianapolis once, and I was driving through this area called Lafayette, and it's just the plains, and I started seeing wind turbines.
Oh.
And then I started seeing more. And then I realized it was just flat. I realized that I could see them past the horizon.
Oh, that's
in every direction.
So cool.
And I was driving, and it was like literally in every direction as far as I could see, and I started crying. I like literally just started crying. It was so big. It was so like unfathomable to me, and like amazing that a space would do that. I was just like, this fucking rocks.
And they're massive.
Yeah.
They're absolutely massive.
And it's like, it makes me emotional the way that thinking of space travel makes me emotional, because it's like everybody putting work together just for goodness, and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
That fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a total sidebar, and I just took up time to talk about it, but this is like, this captures that awe, right? So it captures the awe of the mountain range.
He's saying that he controls motion blur, lighting, color
and sampling.
I don't know what sampling means, but okay.
It's just rate of like...
Incredible,
updating,
dude.
It's kind of like frame rate, I think.
The fact that this looks so realistic.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, specifically this photo.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have known. I would not have known. That could be what is that, a Corvette? Am I outing myself?
I don't know what it is.
Am I offending the Corvette community here now?
Somebody will tell us what it is.
Wait, I feel like he said...
Dylan, what? Dylan, you should also know Need for Speed.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about video games.
Dylan, what's this car? What car is this?
It's a really cool looking car.
Tell us car?
What is car?
This looks very gamer.
This looks very gamery. That's a shirt. That's an next shirt.
This game looks gamer. It's a Ford GT70. Never heard of it.
Not a Corvette.
No, surprising that it's a Ford, because...
Did you also think it was a Corvette?
Because the doors are still on it, and the wheels haven't fallen off.
Oh my god.
American-made vehicles.
Well, I mean, Tesla's American-made.
Well, made by a South African.
Okay.
Made by an apartheidist, so it's fine. Let's keep going.
But yes, good work, dude. Thank you for
really
submitting.
Good. Really
this
good.
was fun.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Okay. We got some water action. Is that water?
Mm-hmm. This is Andre, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that is beautiful. It looks like jelly. David Immel is here, and he says fairly certain that's a VW bus. What's up, David?
What's good, man?
I've not seen you here.
Yeah, no, this is first. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining us.
So, first things first, I have no context as to where this is or what it is. Are you underwater?
No,
is this underwater photography?
I don't think so.
It looks like it could be.
It does look like it could be. I think these are all in the Black Sea.
It also kind of looks like...
Wait, am I making that up? He says it's water.
Ice? It's water. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
thank you. Thanks so much.
Had fun. Cool. So, specifically, just coloring-wise...
Yeah.
I am such a fan. I am such a fan.
You chose really realistic colors.
Yeah.
Like a color scheme that feels like I'm actually in front of the wall. I can like smell that water. like saltwater. You know what I mean?
I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is Lexi. Nice. Sweet.
Oh wow, go you.
I think he said that earlier. That's not. I don't just know because of the water.
Fine. You should have just taken it. You should have just ran with it. This is gorgeous. I love the. So, okay, I'm gonna put it this way because I always feel mean making critiques when you're so freaking talented. This has a little too much contrast for me. Little too much saturation too, possibly, but specifically contrast. Just like a little too much. This photo though is perfect. I like the fade to the harsh shadows, specifically in this area. You good?
I agree with you. I think in both, I would potentially desaturate like on a gradient from about halfway up, because I think the point that makes you, again, like as a non-photographer, but somebody's been doing this for a year now.
Yeah.
I feel like I agree with you on the oversaturation, and I see it so quickly in the way the sky is kind of shifting slightly towards colors that I'm not going to say aren't believable, but are a little too saturated for me.
Interesting.
So I would just like maybe a very light desaturation for both of them. If that makes sense.
So this photo is perfect by me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also, I think inherently I also prefer more contrast in photos, but like I do like a fade. I'm very contradictory. But this photo is just like, I think specifically with the shadows in this photo, it draws too much attention away from the subtleties of the actual photo. I think also possibly you pushed what is the word I'm looking for? Clarity.
Yeah.
There we go.
Like it's sharp.
I think you pushed clarity like a little too much, or just sharpness.
Yeah. But man,
I want that softness
that
I see in the previous photo.
It's just beautiful though. Like
close up
it breaks down a little bit, but like that's where the sharpness is, and it's beautiful. It's truly it looks like a woodblock print. You know?
Oh, yeah,
it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm a huge fan. Like, I would absolutely frame that and put that on my wall.
Yeah.
So
I think I would frame one of those.
I mean that too.
Like at a really high resolution.
That like at a 16:9, and then that as a nice like 4:5 underneath it.
That's pretty sweet.
We're already decorating your home.
Yeah. Or ours.
Or ours.
We're gonna open a PO box.
Oh my god. I'd be very happy to have just like a hella amount of work. Hella amount of work.
Well, we need a new space
sent to it. Yeah.
So if you want to send a new space,
we were thinking about like a whole entire
box.
wall like behind us of just submissions that like
cool?
You guys send to us.
So it's like we're streaming and we just have you behind us.
Like that'd be dope.
Yeah.
I'd have so much fun with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there?
Wow.
Perfect.
Dude.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Amazing work.
Sophie.
So for those of you that don't know, all of the wonderful animations, and also the art on the after show, on like the cassette, that's all Sophie, who happens to be Jake's
related
sister.
To me. Indeed.
So the talent runs in the family. So this is downloaded, yes?
Yes. Where did you?
Oh, Sophie in the chat?
Yes, but that's not what I was pointing to. She is in the chat. There it is. Cool. So this is Oh,
is this what you showed me yesterday?
Yeah. Context is this is. It's so she made an animatic of the first like a bunch of seconds of a song. It uses a song from HHA, and it's relating to a Donghua. It's a Chinese anime called Scissor 7. Okay. So let's do it.
Let's get it.
Hey, everything, fuck you. I hate everything you do. To me, I despise every lie I've come to believe, and I hate every evil thing that I see. This juxtaposition of good and bad reminds me of the best and the worst dreams I've had. I'm either too happy or fucking sad.
I love that so much.
Oh my god.
That is the most Sophie energy that I have
Why
ever
is your family
experienced.
so talented?
Sophie, I hate to tell you that my favorite part
And my
is this.
Oh my god, it's so amazing.
Uh,
Wait, okay, can I just go through my
frame it.
favorite part?
Yes. That's so good.
I love that it's backwards.
Yes.
I absolutely love that. There's so much personality
Yeah.
in this animation,
Mhm.
which is incredible. I love it. I absolutely love it.
So I will get sappy and I'll say that
Do it.
when I was like 13, I started playing guitar for like the first real time. And Sophie's 7 years younger than me, so she would have been 6. 8? Wait, how many years younger than what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm fine
6.
with that.
Yep. Okay, cool. Really good. There's some gray
Just
fluid
walk
coming out
away
of my
now.
ear. I
Yeah,
don't understand.
yeah. Just cut your losses.
So I was like 13, and when I started playing guitar, I didn't really understand that there was context for this, but I was like, I want to learn how to like just express. Like I don't even know what else I want to do. I just want to know how to make one note go to the next note and make it feel like an emotion. And a lot of my inspiration for knowing that artists could just evoke something so directly, communicate so directly with like subtleties, was Sophie, who's been an artist since before she could speak, she was drawing. And she has always, every single person that has ever seen her art, I think it's fair to say, has said there is so much personality in the art that you put forward, because it, like, every little angle of the hair, every little like hand movement, posture. I remember her literally being 3 years old and like posture being important.
Yeah.
You know?
There was like one thing specifically that I was like, that's incredible right there. Wait, what was it?
This juxtaposition of good and bad reminds me of the best and the worst.
I forget what it was specifically, but like there was something that
Even
just
just the
made
energy
me
in that.
say wow.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot that makes me say wow in this, but
Things that make you say wow.
things that make
Wow.
it's a whole Google Doc. I don't have anything left to say besides you're incredible and this is incredible and your whole entire family's incredible. So get out of my face.
They're good people.
Great people.
They are great people.
Can confirm.
Thank
Okay.
you, Sophie.
Thank you.
Send us more stuff.
Absolutely. Okay, Diego. Let's do it. Oh my god. What?
Beautiful. Oh, so I actually looked at this. There are two. Is it 2 images? Both, and then both are edited, unedited. Pre
The
and post.
more I do these
Pre and post.
Let's Fix It's, the more I realize just how talented you guys are and how untalented I am.
So I think he said that it took him a really long time to do the ship photo.
This shit. So this guy.
Yeah, and I understand why. Like, That's
okay,
before.
I can completely get. Yeah. So, the first thing I'm noticing, which is like a weird illusion, because if I had just seen this photo without the before, I wouldn't have necessarily catched it. But like this, this almost radial.
yeah.
I don't even know what it is, but it almost kind of reminds me of like an aurora borealis in a way, like in the green tonal quality of it. This photo is ridiculously good. Ridiculously good. Also, I was going to say something, but I take it back completely now. I was going to say that the only thing I would say is, like, if you could center that rock to the boat,
No.
that would be dope, but I realize that I'm a complete idiot in saying that, because the way directionally this is shot,
Yeah.
with the boat headed towards the sharp end
Yes.
of the rock, and also the direction of the rock,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're brilliant.
So what we're talking about here, because I always like to pretend that I need to explain composition, because I wish that I had people to explain composition all the time. This is obviously it's a very bare canvas. You have it split literally mid in half.
Yeah.
You have this foreground object. I mean, it's a background, but it's like primary object that is pointing, right? So
Yeah.
so what you want to do is you want to like in your mind when you're thinking about composition, just draw all over the image in your in your mind. This is pointing here, right? Or like, I mean, it's literally pointing here, but it's like,
Yeah.
and then this you can tell because of the plane of the end of the boat, the face of the end of the boat. It's pointing here as well, and it's like it's just off. It's like it's right about the area, but it creates the focal point as here. Focal energy is here. There's obviously two kind of like focal points, but it's everything is moving to this spot, and it's such a bare image that just creates. I don't think it's a film image. Nope, I don't think so. I think it's digital, because that's the before.
Yeah, it could be, but it's really convincing.
Yeah. The other thing that I want to say, which I always like to say, like always, it's the only thing I know how to say, is I think a lot always about magnitude, about scale. And that can happen, scale can take place anywhere. That magnitude can take place anywhere. It can take place in a drawing, in a just black on white animatic, like Sophie did, where things are up close, they're far away, they're up close, they're far away. It's mid-split, it's fast, it's slow.
Yeah.
That creates magnitude. It's the sense of so in music you would call it dynamic. Obviously we talk about dynamic and other things, but in dynamic in music is not just that things get loud or that things get quiet. It's the dynamic range of things getting quiet and loud. And in anything we can talk about the sort of magnitude range, right? For this, it's so pared back. You have this object that, if you forget what it is, if you just look at the objects and think, I don't know what that is, this rock-looking thing isn't that much larger than the boat. But
Yeah.
being a human and knowing what this is, like knowing the context,
Yeah.
I'm looking out into a sea, I'm looking at this gigantic rock
Yeah.
and these minuscule people with nothing around it. And that creates this sense of not dread, I don't think, but power, significance,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, so another thing that I think is so important is like when you're trying to convey emotion, color is so important. And like there's just from personal interpretation, this shot makes one feel lonely in my eyes. Like I feel lonely being in that boat, staring at an open sea, and the tones that you've chosen to really isolate on, being that really clear, clean blue, with just that very tonal kind of I don't even know what color, like taupe is taupe the right word?
Maybe.
Color, it complements the whole entire emotional state. Why are you so good? This is a problem.
It's beautiful. Let's look at the other one,
Like,
because we
yeah.
got distracted.
Oh yeah, true. So this is also ridiculously good.
And it achieves things in the same way. It actually uses the opposite to achieve the same thing. So go back to the post. The way that you posted the foreground to create, basically, it's almost like, I don't know if you did this deliberately. I feel like you must have. You know, it already was fading to begin with, but that further fade highlights this and then creates this just instant evaporation.
Mm-hmm.
And that does the same sort of magnitudes, like scale thing, where it's like, I know they're there, but I can't see them, you know? And I know there are people that live there, and those houses probably look like this, but I only can feel this. And that there's something really heavy about that.
You understand color way too much, and it's really showing.
Not too much. Keep going. Keep understanding
exactly.
further.
The last thing I'm gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
green, the quality of green
Yes,
and the quality of blue,
they're beautiful.
ridiculously impressive.
Yeah.
Keep going. This is
Yes.
insane.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Let's go. Let's do it. Okay. Anurag.
I have a frog in my throat.
So we have
I don't know how it got there.
So you sent us a bunch of stuff, and I didn't get the chance to respond and say we kind of need to just keep it down to a few. But I wanted.
Shirt matches.
I saw that.
The vibes.
But I also just wanted to specifically highlight this and a few around it because this is really cool, and the practical application of how you did this is really neat. So I think this is. He said this is an iPod Shuffle, and he lit it using an iPhone's wallpaper.
Which is insane.
Yeah, and you can actually see that.
I love smart moves.
In that. So that must be the background.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's just like a stock wallpaper too. Like I like that you really thought outside the box with this one.
So there's your before, there's your after.
So we said this a while ago to someone else that I completely forget who it was now. But especially when you're talking about, lighting something with unconventional items, just be careful with editing because quality of light means a lot. So basically, when you see some of this artifacting that happens in some of these colors, what am I doing?
D-brand.
D-brand.
We're surrounded by.
What are you doing, D-brand? There's some like it almost kind of looks. This is gonna be gross. Yeah, sure, I'll say it. When you have something like on your wrist or like near you, like when you take a run or like work out and like the sweat gets on it, and it's like a little grimy. That's almost what happens when artifacting starts to occur because of bad light quality.
Right, sure.
That's almost what I'm seeing in here.
I get that.
And that's nothing against you. That's just the harsh reality of poor quality of light. But basically, what I'd say to correct something like that, there's, depending on if you have Lightroom, possibly, there is an ability to clear up any, I forget the exact term, but like color noise, basically. But that would just smoothen out some of those colors, decrease some of the weird formations that are happening in these regions. Up here, it's totally fine. Down here is sort of where you're starting to see it. But dude, I love how smart this is. And then this photo is also really cool. So I think from the email you said that you used what is the app? Lens distortion.
It's really cool.
Which is like such a cool app for so many reasons. But basically, with this photo, you took a directional light effect, shined it downwards. The only thing I'm going to say with that specific feature, burping up coffee, give me a second, change the color of that light just a little bit, because that light is a little bit warmer than the light it's actually giving off. So if you made that light a little bit warmer, you would have also contrasted the blue a little bit more, which would have been really nice. Also, what the hell is your lampshade? It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. I actually, so my thing that I'm going to say, I don't know what you'll think about this. I prefer it without the augmented light. I prefer it on the left side. It's so beautiful and so bare, and the shot that you took is incredibly good.
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Actually, somewhat, sort of. If it was a little bit less and a little bit warmer, would you be as bothered by it?
No, I don't think I'm bothered. I just think there's like things in this that, like this 4 streaks down, that are a reflection of this, that you lose because of this. So if it was like 75% this and a little bit, so just go buy yourself a vape and then vape toward the light and shoot that.
It's a fun time.
That's what you need. Do not do this.
Yeah,
thing.
don't do that, please.
But you could buy a really cheap fog machine. That's the same thing.
You might set off your fire alarms,
and your landlords will be mad. We don't know from experience. Sorry, Mike and Sarah. If you're watching
this, I'm so sorry. But
we're at 5 minutes.
dude, great. Also, this little
Yes.
color change you did,
Yes.
absolutely. He was talking about the magenta that was starting to appear, like the purple starting to show up in here, and
Complementary color scheme.
so good.
Yes.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Really
Talented
beautiful.
people.
Look at this guy. Everybody, look at this.
Ugh,
Look at this. You kidding me? Yeah.
so good.
It's amazing.
So
the
good.
original photo is really beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's just like insane. Okay.
All right. We've
Next
gone for almost an hour.
person.
We have 2 more.
Wow, are we an hour?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay.
Thank you for sticking around with us.
Yeah, we're gonna be.
Also, there are 3 Woloses in this chat. My mom's here too. Hi, Mom.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
Stevie, hi. So, first of all, hi, hello.
Yes, welcome.
You're
Thank
also a new addition to the Discord, so welcome to the family.
Yeah.
So, we were taking a look at some of this yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to talk about this setup real quick because it's incredible. But I have questions.
Yes.
The lighting that you have in the back, in terms of like the shaded or like I don't
Cookie?
have words today. Yeah, what would be accomplished with like a cookie? Is that projected on the back? Because there's like a harsh line here. I think you
Yeah.
also submitted another image where it was a even straighter line,
Yeah.
which I'm like very interested about. So if that's projected, that's dope. But so I've been playing with overhead lighting a lot recently, and it's kind of funny that or serendipitous, if you will, that we're sort of talking about the lighting in this shot, just because I've also been exploring, but the way that you're separating your subject from the background is perfect. Use a projector.
Very cool.
Dude, that is
Man,
insane.
That's really smart.
That is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so good.
That's really,
love
really
that.
smart. Yeah.
Okay. Is it like from the side, or are you like projecting upwards, or? I have a lot of questions.
I maybe behind the couch? Maybe right behind the couch?
Maybe? We need a projector.
Yeah.
We've been wanting a projector for like a while now, and yeah. But back to what I was saying.
Oh, interesting. Okay, it doesn't have a powerful light like a 120 or 300D.
Dude,
That's such a good solution, though.
so smart.
Man.
So smart.
And you successfully synthesize. So we were talking about even like in music, like real or unreal spaces, synthesizing spaces. You synthesize. He's in a warehouse right now. He's in a large warehouse, and it's evening, and that's a sodium lamp.
Mm-hmm.
You made that. And I know for a fact that he's not in that space, but you made that happen, and that's like
you would never know.
that's amazing. You know that window is 35 feet from that wall. Like that's you did such a good job.
Yeah. Spatially.
Spatially. Yes.
So yeah, so usually what I look for the most in a roll is the separation of subject to background. And you're doing it incredibly well here. The only thing that I'm going to say is your background is a little bit more saturated than you are yourself.
Mm.
And I think that if you dialed back on saturation a little bit in the background and you brought a bit more color in post to your actual subject, that would go quite a ways. That way, like, you still have the saturation in post that you would hear by just, dialing it back a little bit, but you just increase overall saturation. Also, depending on what software you're using, just pay attention to, like, skin tones and see if you can bring up saturation of skin tones But I love your lighting here.
Yeah,
it's
really good.
really soft. I also love that you what am I don't know what I'm saying
Diffuse the light
today.
from above.
Diffuse, double diffusion. There we
Yes.
go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very actually no, triple diffusion. You
Oh,
have
wow.
2.
Wow.
Insanity.
Yeah. Well, and that's actually the question he was asking with regard to this photo. Was what do you think about like basically top down lighting? You're doing
I'm a huge fan. I've been playing with that for like the past like 4 or 5 videos now, and what I'm learning is like you light incredibly differently doing that, just inherently, but also like it lights you in a way that that I have never really had. I'm losing my train of thought. It lights you in a way that I forget what I was going to say. Wow, good talk. I just realized that you're in the chat. But yeah, no, this is incredibly pretty.
yeah.
Well, how are we doing for time?
We're right on it.
Okay,
So thank you
thank you.
both. It looks like Sujay, who submitted the work, is here, and Donna J is here as well.
That's
who
what I was gonna
might be the
say.
subject. I think that's the case. I know it's one of your channels, and the other one is doing the videography.
That I remember what I was going to say. Lighting from the top, not too many other people are doing it in the tech space. So do
Yes.
it. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations.
It's really, really nice.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool. Garang.
Grang.
So Garang has a video out. Y'all should go watch it. I think it's out publicly.
Also subscribe.
Subscribe.
I'm not going to talk.
Subscribe to everybody you
Yeah.
see here.
Exactly.
Go subscribe and patronize and attend everybody that you see here.
Comment lovely things.
If the art hasn't spoken for itself, like, I will speak for it and say, go do that, because it's really good, and it's all getting better. Like, we're all getting better together, and that's what's so beautiful about this. Garang, specifically, I like calling you out because you're the last one, but I love watching your videos. I love getting to see how you're changing and evolving in real time and utilizing like fairly, I don't mean this to be like a negative thing, but fairly makeshift setups. Like, you've talked about some of your setups and some of the things you record with or how you do it, and you do such an incredible job
Truly.
keeping things on the budget end for the moment. You do such an incredible job. So let's hit the first minute of this.
So the thing I love about Grang specifically, not to fucking call you out or whatever, he just fucking does it. Like, you just do it. Like, you don't
Get it.
You don't care that you don't have, this, that, and the other. You just do it and you make it work, and it looks so good.
Yeah.
And it makes me so happy that you're a part of it. You're amazing.
We talk about
Okay.
that a lot in the studio, in terms of, I'll pause this, in terms of, like, a lot of artists getting lost in, like, musicians. I don't have this guitar that's $2,500. I couldn't possibly record on this $75 guitar. And it's like, it's a guitar.
Well, it's like the day that you told me that you shot a lot of these videos on a OnePlus phone.
Yeah.
I just that's a perfect example of how, gear doesn't matter, and in this day and age we get so caught up in the material elements that we
Like the price
forget
tag.
that
Or
well,
the
yeah,
or the stats,
exactly,
right? Like,
yeah,
all
and
this
it
one's-
gets in the way a lot of the times, but
Yeah.
but for you're just fucking going at it, and
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Let's do it.
We see so many pros in the name of the tech products that are coming out. OnePlus 8 Pro, iPhone 11 Pro, AirPods Pro. What's really pro about them? I don't think anything. According to me, just a better version of a non-pro product with more premier features and a higher cost. But then you think about the iPad Pro. That's different. That one's legit. And I'm going to tell you what's the point of it. So, spoiler alert, I have fallen in love with the iPad Pro. It's slim, lightweight, has the straight sides that we all love and want back on the iPhone. It has an amazing, sharp and a color accurate screen, which has a refresh rate of 120Hz, an extremely fast processor, decent amount of RAM, and a good battery which can withstand intense use. Face ID instead of Touch ID, which makes more sense on the iPad, and the Apple Pencil, which, although sold separately, is just a must for the iPad because it simplifies the use so much. The Pro in the name of the iPad Pro separates it from the regular iPad, and the specs, the features, and the
Okay, what the hell?
Damn.
Dude! So, okay.
First thing,
Yeah.
I remember a while back loving that you started a video with like, what's the point of something, and I love that it looks like maybe it's becoming a series you're doing, like based on the text intro that you did.
Yeah.
So into it, man. So into it. Your pacing and your composition, right? Like your pacing is so good, and you keep me so interested and engaged.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about this yesterday, that pacing and like commitment to a certain cadence, how you do all that is so important, and like how you choose to do it and then do that consistently and making sure that that works and feels good and feels genuine is so good. Man.
So, also, sorry, apparently my Wi-Fi is being a little weird right now, so if we're stuttering. But hey. So, a couple things. First off, we just need to talk about the fact that Stevie just said that this is genuinely captivating.
Yes.
And it's like, that right there is what's important.
Yes.
Like, you know, getting people into the tech space and interested in technology, like that's what we're here for, right? That's our goal. And you have so much personality, and it's in everything. It's in your B-roll, it's in your editing, it's in your music choices, it's just in the way that you talk to the camera. Like I feel genuinely like I am your friend, just listening to you tell me about why I should spend my money on expensive things. But
it's actually, it's the same thing that we talk about your goal for your videos. It's not why should you buy this expensive thing, it's how does a tool like this change the way that I exist? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, that's the difference. I think there's so much, and this isn't calling anything or anybody out, there's so much that's tech YouTube that's like, buy this because it's better stats, buy this because it's bigger, better, higher quality. And it's like, what is it doing? You know, what is it doing for me?
Yeah.
And you do that. You sell that kind of thing. You do a really good job. It's genuine and it's passionate.
You are, my God, our bit rate's going insane right now. I'm sorry if we're stuttering all over the place. My Wi-Fi is a wreck. Wow, it is jumping from 800 to like 3,000.
Yeah.
That's very weird. Hopefully you can understand this, and it's not too garbled. But how much you've been improving in the past, what has this been? Couple months, you know, watching your projects. Just keep going, dude. You're incredible.
Yeah. Though maybe don't stay up until 5 o'clock drinking coffee. We love you very much, and we want you to keep living.
I have no room to talk, but at least make sure it's good coffee though. So
yeah.
There's that. Anyways, before my computer completely kills itself, thank you all for watching.
Yeah, thanks for
love
joining
you
us.
all.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Here, same time, same place.
Yep.
And until then, please come hang with us in the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Thanks, friends.